Hi guys, how you doing? This is Ben, your business loan guy. How you doing? Hey, so it's a little bit late, but hey, I got some just some stuff I want to kind of go over with you guys today. So I called various different lenders, or banks, I should say. There's different banks out there. I keep calling lenders. So hey, old habits die hard. Back from my mortgage days. But anyway, so I contacted a bunch of lenders here in my local area, and I found out that there's not a whole heck of a lot of guidance, and it's really not the bank's fault. Okay, there just wasn't a lot of information given to them. As a matter of fact, I just got an update maybe about an hour ago from one bank. They just got guidance like an hour ago, and it's like at my time like 11 o'clock at night. So tomorrow things may change a little bit more. Okay, so. But I went to a lot of different lenders, and like I said, there just wasn't a lot of guidance. And then a lot of banks, see lender, said lender again. But anyway, when I say lender, I mean bank. Okay, so a lot of banks are they have what we call overlays, meaning they're additional requirements on top of what the SBA is asking them to gather. Okay, and the reason why they're doing that is because they want to mitigate a little bit of risk because it is a loan that they're probably going to have to carry in some capacity. I'm not 100% sure about this on their books. And it does affect their ability to lend, okay? Because there isn't a credit requirement per se. There is a little bit of a risk to this because even though these loans are technically forgivable, it doesn't mean they're all going to be forgiven. And then the parts that aren't going to be forgiven, you have to pay back. Therefore, those loans may be going on their books. So at least I believe that's the way that they're thinking about it. So being that they're a bank and they're risk adverse, they're going to think like a banker. So don't be surprised when they ask you for additional information, okay? And then also call your bank and ask them if they are participating in the PPP program because I went to my bank and I asked them if they were participating and they weren't. So I can't even go to my bank to try and get this loan or send anybody to my bank to try and get this loan because they're not participating. Now they might because they've been getting a lot of questions, but as of the moment, they're not participating. So I can't go to them. Okay. So you need to call your bank, find out if they are participating. Now, I've called a lot of lenders in this area. Most of them, I guess the directive basically is, from what I understand, is that that you are encouraged to go to your bank. If you don't get the results that you're looking for from your bank, then you can go somewhere else, okay? Or like in my case, I'm kind of being forced to go somewhere else. So I have to find a bank that will allow for that, number one. And what it sounded like to me is I'm going to have to wait a while because a lot of these banks are taking care of their customers first. And then maybe they may go ahead and go with some outside people that aren't their normal clientele, okay? So just keep that in mind. And like I said before, they're going to ask for, but chances are they're going to ask for a documentation that isn't necessarily what's on the list that the SBA is putting out. And it's also possible that you may get declined at your bank, okay? And another bank will not decline you because they won't be looking for that exact same paperwork. So each bank's going to be a little bit different. So if you go to your bank and you get declined or they won't fund your loan, don't fret, okay? You just may need to find another bank to go to, all right? Now, that's where I would come in, okay? Me being a business loan consultant trained in SBA, and I do SBA 7A loans, and that's what these are being, that's what basically these are, the SBA 7A loans, okay? I can go ahead and do all the paperwork for you, put it together, figure out what it is that your loan amount is. I have a team of tax people that are going to help me do this. Also, I'll get some input from some CPAs to see exactly what amount that you're due, and then we can find a lender that's going to fund or a bank. I'm sorry, that's going to fund your application. Okay. Now, if you want to go directly to your bank first, that's fine. I don't have any problem doing that. What I'm doing for you is not going to cost you a dime. Okay? Not one red cent. So it doesn't make a difference between whether you go to your bank yourself or whether you have me put your paperwork together, make sure it looks good, and then get whatever documentation we need and then send it in for you. Could save you a lot of time, okay? Also, with what's going on in the times nowadays, you may not want to be out and about all that much. So we can also assist you in that. And then you can take care of the things you need to take care of in your life, because I know there's a lot of other things you're worried about. Okay. But like I said, you can do it yourself. You can call me. It'll cost you the same. Okay. Now, if you do get declined, or if you kind of want to see where's the path of least resistance, then you might want to give me a call, okay? Because I may have some other lenders that aren't asking for as much paperwork or aren't asking for as much scrutiny, okay? And like I said, it doesn't cost you a dime, all right? I'm compensated by the lender. That's how this works, okay? That's what directives were passed down to me today. We were able to verify that, so I am able to help you as your agent to make sure that you get the services that you need, okay? But if you want to just go ahead and go straight to your bank, go ahead and go straight to your bank. If you get funded, great. Don't even worry about me, okay? If you don't want to go down to your bank yourself, or you'd rather have me handle it, I can do that. If you go down to your bank and they decline you, or if I go down to your bank and they decline you, or they're asking for paperwork you just can't provide, that's not really required, I can help you find another bank to go to get that funded, okay? If you are not eligible for the EIDL or the PPP for whatever reason, if you're not declined, if we can't find anybody that'll fund your applications, I have other alternatives that we can look at, okay, to see if we can get you the funding you need in order to bridge this time in our lives, okay? All right, guys, hopefully you're having a good day. Give me a call. My information will be at the bottom. Like I said, I can go ahead and take your applications and help you. There is no charge. I'm not charging you guys a dime for it, okay? It's free help. It doesn't make one bit of difference on your loan or the amount that you're going to get. It's just something that the SBA, fortunately, they realized that people were going to need help, and they were able to put this into the rules in order for us to be able to help, and which is I'm very used to, because SBA 7A loans, this is how I operate. People come to me, we put the package together, I send it off to a lender, the lender compensates me as much as possible. I tend not to ask for the borrower to compensate me, because a lot of times with business loans, a lot of people don't realize this, is sometimes there's costs that they have to incur, and they don't, and I'm not trying to increase that if I absolutely can. Anyway, all right, guys, this has been your business loan guy, and if you need business funding, you better call Ben. Talk to you soon.